Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. We yet again somehow have to talk about the anti-cheat here in Warzone, Ricochet, because it recently has been put in the spotlight like it hasn't in quite some time. And when this amount of attention gets shown on the situation, it's just an utterly abysmal look for Call of Duty, straight up. It's been an ongoing topic pretty much since its inception that Ricochet has not done a good enough job at addressing the cheating situation in Call of Duty. We've had it in the game for years and years and years, and the cheating situation really hasn't changed all that much for years and years and years. There is still a massive amount of cheaters on this game. They plague matches in public, in private, in ranked. It's everywhere, right? And it's one of, if not the largest issue with the game, because it impacts everything. You could have the best gameplay, the best maps, the best optimization, but if you're getting cheated on, you're running into a hacker with aimbot and walls and this and that and whatever else, it's going to take away all the good of that gameplay and ruin your match. And cheaters at this point basically have taken over Warzone, and they are completely ruining it because of the lack of anti-cheat updates that we've seen recently. What we've got to break down today and take a look at today are several different clips of the World Series of Warzone qualifier tournament. This is the biggest tournament of the year for Warzone, a $1 million tournament, and the qualifiers are going on right now. It's an open qual sort of situation, and because of that, cheaters have taken this as like the perfect opportunity to steal the spotlight, to try and make the game look bad, and they are doing a good job at that, because every single person, it seems like, who's taking part in this World Series qualifier, the conversation isn't like, oh, you know, this is a super tough competition, you know, it could be anyone's game right now. It's everyone's getting cheated on. Who is going to miss out on an opportunity to actually qualify for this and have their chance at $1 million because they got destroyed by a cheater and didn't have the time to make up for it? Like, it is a huge problem. And obviously this cheating situation isn't necessarily that different from the same problem that's been going on for some time. The last time we got an update was like season 3 Reloaded, which was a recap of what happened at season 3's launch with the return of Verdansk. Since then, we've heard basically nothing from Ricochet. There's been no updates to it that they've talked about. There's been no addressing anything, and the cheating situation somehow has continued to get worse. In 2025, it's still getting worse after Ricochet's been in the game for years. Anyways, can't go on a rant too long. We've got a lot of things to take a look at here. The reason that I wanted to highlight this is because, as mentioned, this is the biggest tournament, the biggest stage for Warzone for the year, in terms of probably broad viewership and everything going on, at least for one singular thing, this World Series of Warzone tournament. And when all the conversation basically is the cheating, that is just like one of the worst possible looks for Call of Duty and for Activision. Cheating has been put on the spotlight in full here. So Tactical Brett quotes a tweet from Flanked here. $1 million tournament, by the way, and in this clip we can watch, he's sitting on the outside of this Cars building over by police station, gets beamed through a wall, and when you go through, he gets taken out, and you watch the kill cam here. Oh, that's odd. Just sprays him through a wall like it's nothing. Clearly a large issue. And that is you know, just one. We've got several other things to take a look at here, but Tactical Brick quotes this, sums it up very well, saying, "The current state of Warzone is players literally getting rage hacked on in a $1 million tournament. The lack of planning, execution, and support for this tournament's embarrassing. When you have this much money on the line, you're going to attract losers who are going to try and take every single advantage they can to try and win some. Now, you're not going to get there and cheat and get away with it and somehow win $1 million. Like, that's just not going to happen. It's going to be too painfully obvious, like it already is, that the cheating situation is a losing situation for Call of Duty, because they can't get it under control, because they refuse to abandon Ricochet to go for a stronger anti-cheat. They refuse to overhaul it, and at the current point in time, it seems like they basically refuse to communicate about it, because I don't know what they'd say, because clearly nothing is improving here. Tactical Brit follows up, says, "The state of Warzone, or the World Series of Warzone, is nothing short of a joke. Multiple rage hackers in basically every lobby for the majority of players, ruining people's opportunities. Warzone will never be a serious esport or serious competition when this is how the current status quo is. It's poor." And really, truly, the integrity of Warzone, is there any? Because you never know, you can never trust that you're going to get into a lobby that's cheat-free. Now, the argument of even in public matches as a cheater in every single lobby is pretty far-fetched, just when you look at the you know, total player base, the percentage there, and the likely percentage of who's cheating. But is there trust that every single game doesn't have a cheater? No, because this is the state of the anti-cheat. Z-Smith posts, there's blatant hackers in every single one of these lobbies. $1 million qualifiers, by the way. So they feel like it's at the point where every single time they're queuing in right now, they're dying to something that's extremely suspicious. That cannot be the case. FIFA Kill poster, getting my body shot by cheaters in World Series of Warzone qualifiers. He gets taken out by this level 44 with the clan tag legit. Yeah, I'm so sure. Who's clearly aimbotting there as well. And then shoots bodies. Oh, cheaters are so weird. Like, I'll never understand the mindset of it. But another prime example of trying to qualify, huge money on the line. You can't even have a legitimate chance of this because of the cheating issue. This is probably one of the craziest clips that I saw floating around Twitter yesterday from Unrational, saying there's a guy running around named No WSOW World Series of Warzone spin botting. Ricochet is going crazy. And this clip, I mean, is blatantly obvious yet again. They're trying to res. They're getting shot through a bush here. And the kill cam is blatantly obvious. Again, gamer tag, no World Series of Warzone for you. Level 10, max weapons, camos, all that. Just blatantly shooting through smoke. Like obvious as can be. And the fact that Ricochet doesn't detect that. They have like their whole AI thing where they analyze the clips and it's like, oh, it's suspicious here because of what this player's doing in game. But again, as I've talked about forever, basically, when it comes to the cheating situation in this game, Ricochet being reactionary only helps so much. A preventative anti-cheat or a quick reactionary anti-cheat would go much further in stopping this problem. But instead, it is a very delayed reactionary anti-cheat that allows for situations like this where this player can create a brand new account, jump in, ruin the matches for everyone, and they'll probably, you know, the consequences will be there. That account will get banned in 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. They'll go through though and make another new account and do the same thing 2 or 3 hours later. Enough reports, yes, clearly cheating. But there's no preventing that. There's nothing in place to stop this from happening in the first place, which should be the ultimate goal. And years and years and years of updates haven't gotten Ricochet close to attaining that goal. Then I did see one final clip that I wanted to showcase here from Ocean, good buddy of mine. I think World Series of Warzone is cooked. He's here in the gulag. Which, I mean, yeah, you have audio, you have the lanes that you can assume are going to be going on in the gulag. And when I first saw this, I was like, okay, maybe he heard Ocean run up the right side. He saw a slight pre-fire here. But then you see the kill cam. He changes in the pre-fire and the aim lock is absolutely insane. It's so blatantly obvious. And that's sort of been the theme with all of these clips. There are absolutely subtle cheaters out there, people who are using aimbot, wall hacks, other things to get this competitive advantage. They're cheating and they're trying to hide it, and some can do it well and some can't do it well. There's also so many situations like this where it is painstakingly obvious that these people are cheating. This is a master prestige level 250 who's obviously aimbotting and wall hacking. You know, the kill cam speaks for itself. It's so obvious. And if it's that obvious one singular time, Ricochet probably has not done a good enough job. And it's not to say there's not an obvious cheating issue going on in several other titles out there. Counter-Strike, Fortnite, whatever other main games. Every game has cheating issues. That's the state of technology right now. Cheaters have the ability to do these things, and they probably always will. Always going to be a back and forth. Other games, though, have instances where for long periods of time, it feels like they're on the winning side of the cheating situation. Call of Duty never really has had a prolonged period of that, and like I said, as of late, it feels like it's just getting worse, which is incredibly disappointing to say, given the fact that we are so many years into Ricochet existing and anti-cheat being live in COD, and we've seen maybe changes in the type of cheats, but not changes in the confidence in the anti-cheat. And when it's getting updated so frequently and the confidence isn't going up, it speaks for itself, right? It seems like I'm going crazy having to talk about this so consistently. Like, what's the definition of insanity, right? Why there is no communication here, why there is no addressing the significant problems here, everything about it is so frustrating as a player who just wants to have the confidence that I can queue into any given lobby and not second guess every single kill cam or every single level 37 I run into in a game, right? But that's the current reality for COD. Cheating, it seems like I said earlier, has almost taken over the game and has completely ruined the ability to trust just playing the game normally and taking on players normally and getting outgunned and getting beaten, because you're not going to win every single gunfight. But at this point, it seems like there's uncertainty in every gunfight, which cannot be the case. Something has to change. Call of Duty, say something, do something, please. I'm going to wrap things up there though. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to shine more light on this topic, get more eyes on it, a great way to do so is by simply liking the video. And if you're new to the channel, you want to make sure you're up to date with all things going on in COD when we might ever eventually actually see anti-cheat updates or get acknowledgement of how bad the situation is. I'll be covering it right as it happens alongside everything else that goes on a day-to-day basis. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.